Hello ladies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Aisha. I am a feminine embodiment and self-trust coach, and I am on a mission to help 1 million women reclaim their confidence, embody their softness, and feel safe living the life they truly desire. So if you want to be my next big success story, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on powerful tips, inspiring stories, and essential guidance so that you too can manifest the life of your dreams. So today, it's sort of a follow-up video to day before yesterday, my last video, where I talked about refocusing, directing yourself when the circumstances are loud, trying to get away from the circumstances that are in your face, unplugging, getting off of social media, spending less time around your triggers, getting into a state where you're not focused on them, either because you have a temporary, refocusing of your energy, or because you're choosing to turn within and focus on yourself. Now, usually my strategies are get on a task. I love being able to knock out a task. If I'm really frustrated, if I'm really angry, which I have been very angry with what's going on in the news lately. I've been angry about our political climate for many years now, but it's becoming more and more aggravating to watch. If you're somebody with empathy, you're somebody who has a heart, you're somebody who believes that human beings deserve to be treated with dignity and respect. And yeah, so it's been harder and harder to turn away from the screens, and so I usually will clean. I will get on top of something, a task that requires me to move my body, a task that requires me to channel my energy into something productive. That's usually really great. But sometimes what can happen, because we do have our devices accessible to us, like at the, touch of a button, and we can multitask, sometimes I end up watching negative stuff while I'm cleaning, and then it doesn't get me away from the negativity. It kind of just stays in my system, and I stay frustrated, and I stay annoyed and disappointed with how things are, and it becomes unproductive, because even though technically I'm moving things in my 3D, I'm getting things done, I'm checking chores off my list, I don't feel better afterwards. I actually often feel worse, because I'm like, dang, now I just spent several hours of my time ruminating on this. So this is for the people who struggle with rumination and getting really stuck in anxious spirals, being frustrated, and what to do, how to implement this technique to get yourself out of it. So I call this technique or method signal jamming. And every time I say it or try to explain it or just think about it to myself, I always start to chuckle, because I think about like old TV shows, like the old Batman comics, and just like the way that how cheesy like villains were portrayed, right? In cartoons and stuff. And I always just think there's like this villain, and it's like, got like a megaphone, and every screen is lit up, and it's broadcasting like bad news, something bad, something irritating, something frustrating, bad circumstances, negativity, right? And so I think about signal jamming as, it's sort of like if you were the hero, if you were the antagonist here, or protagonist here, and you had to stop the antagonist, and you have to do it by pushing a button, right? By like jamming the button, push the button, push the button, push the button. Yay! You think we're clapping? Push the button, push the button. And I think about like physically jamming the signal, like you're physically sending out a broadcast, an opposing broadcast that jams the signal, that jams the feed that the antagonist is, casting out, right? And you have to stay on it. You got to really jam it. You got to jam it. Because if you stop for even 1 second, then the bad guy wins. So I do this with a single affirmation. And this is different from robotic affirmation, because robotic affirmation is more about trying to brainwash yourself through consistency. So it doesn't require you to feel any emotion. It doesn't require you to visualize. It doesn't require you to bring anything to the surface of your body to experience it. It's just jamming in the same repetition until your subconscious gets familiar enough with the idea, it starts to accept it as truth. Signal jamming is more about pushing away from the mental chatter, the resistance, the emotions, the frustration. And it is less about moving towards or trying to convince yourself of something good. So this is why I use umbrella affirmations for this. You can use everything is always working out for me. It's so like, it's, you know, something, some way, somehow something will work out. It's so easy to be me. Everything I want comes easily. I am a receiver for all things I desire. My favorite one is I'm so fucking lucky. I just love that one. It puts me in a good mood every time. I mean, I literally can't even tell you about it without getting excited. That is like number one affirmation for me in terms of blanket affirmations. And so when I just repeat it to myself over and over and over and over and over and over again, like I'm jamming the signal, jam, 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 jam. Like my one job is to keep holding the line, to keep jamming the signal. That gets me shaken up internally, where I'm just like, I'm no longer stuck. I'm no longer glued to the screen. I'm no longer glued to the news. I'm no longer, you know, ruminating obsessively, like painfully going through over and over and over again the same negative thoughts about, namely, what's going on in the country right now, and how I feel frustrated about the legal system, and how I feel like, you know, it's unjust what's happening, and the frustration that tends to build and build and build and build as time goes on. Signal jamming allows me to switch, like to turn the page, to switch gears, to get myself to a place where I'm actually feeling pumped and excited and motivated towards positive things. And, you know, if you're someone who struggles with rumination and anxiety, like I promise you, like once you make this a habit of catching yourself and going, I've been ruminating, I've been stuck on this negativity, I need to get myself out of it. And you move into this space where, like I said, my affirmation brings me so much joy. When I say it, like when I say I'm so fucking lucky, like I literally, like I feel so good saying it. And that's because it's receptive to me. So pick your blanket affirmation. For a long time before I started saying that one, I used to say, everything is always working out for me. Some way, somehow, everything is always working out for me. I just don't see it yet. And it's okay, you know, like I would coach myself through that. But it would turn into more of a rampage, and not even a very enthusiastic rampage. A rampage is different from signal jamming, because a rampage is like, gosh, I'm so beautiful, I'm so healthy, I'm so young, I feel so good in my body, I'm so lucky to be me, I love all of the experiences I have the best friends and family, I have the best home life, I love being who I am, I love being where I am, I love the job that I do, I love the money that I make. Like that's a rampage where you're just like going on and on and on, but they're different affirmations. Whereas signal jamming is just, I'm so fucking lucky, I'm so fucking lucky, I'm so fucking lucky, I'm so fucking lucky, right? Like you just jam it and jam it and jam it and jam it and jam it. And I think the simplicity of it is the beauty of it. I think if you can find one sentence, and that may change day to day, it might change hour to hour, but the point is getting yourself used to grabbing this tool from your tool belt and saying, whenever I'm feeling unmotivated, whenever I'm feeling like I'm not big enough and I don't matter enough and I can't change the world, I need to come back to this affirmation to get myself unstuck from that icky place. And then from there, right? Because after I've signal jammed, eventually the signal is no longer there for me to fight anymore. Eventually the opposing thought is no longer there for me to fight, because like I said, I've turned the page, I've switched my mindset over, my focus over, my awareness over to a blanket affirmation. And because it's a blanket affirmation, your imagination will kick in eventually. Your imagination will go to, oh yeah, I am really lucky. I'm so lucky that I have a really cool friend who's been super supportive in all this. I'm super lucky that I have the resources and accommodations that I need to be able to cope with what's going on. I'm so lucky that I have resources for jobs and employment that I didn't used to have several years ago. I'm so lucky for the home that I live in, right? Your brain will fill in the blanks with whatever the topic of interest is. So if you say everything's always working out for me, your brain is now going to focus on all the things that are working out for you, all the ways that, like, you know, in my life right now, the court system is favoring me. I have, you know, resources and supplemental income coming in as I transition. I am still receiving commissions and affiliate, you know, income. I get Google AdSense from my YouTube videos. I'm getting more and more views. Like, just all the ways that things are working out for me. When I start to signal jam or, you know, just repeat that affirmation, that's where my brain goes. From there, then you're pretty much limitless. From that practice, once you get yourself unstuck from the negativity, because that's the hardest part, then it invites ease to come in. It invites joy to come in. It invites like a sense of everything's cool. My awareness is on what's good. I feel good. I don't feel trapped. I don't feel stuck anymore. So that has been so far my favorite way to get the 3D out of my face, to get me to stop being so like feeling so heavy and emotionally tied down by circumstances and watching things happen to people that really shouldn't be happening, because it's really not fair. It's not cool. It's not cool. And for those of you who don't know, like, obviously, like, I'm Asian American. That might not be obvious, actually, but I grew up in a very mixed race family. I have Black and brown siblings. Like, the way that things are moving in this country goes against my family. The very existence of my family is antithetical to what we're seeing happen. So more and more I am feeling the weight of all that, and more I'm wanting to be the change that I wish to see in the world and represent positivity and represent hope for people and be a light in that darkness. And, you know, it's been kind of hard. I haven't filmed in a little bit just because it has been heavy, and I want to bring a good energy to my business. I want to bring a positive attitude and optimism to my channel, and yeah, it's not always easy to do that. So techniques like this really help me out, and I want to be able to continue supporting my family and, you know, being able to, I guess, like, fulfill my duty in all of this. You know, I think when we think about ourselves, I didn't expect to get so introspective at the end of this video either, which is why my thoughts are kind of mangled right now, but I think it's easy to feel really small. I think it's easy to feel like I'm one person. What can I do to change the world? I think it's easy to feel like your one little purpose, your one little path in life is too small to make a big difference. And I want to encourage you to chuck those ideas out, because that's just not true. Hey, I don't like that you're throwing things, bud. That's not cool. We don't need to throw things. I think it's not true. It's disingenuous to say that one person isn't enough to change the world. And I think it reduces your impact, and it really limits you. So if you're somebody who wants to start coaching yourself, if you're somebody who wants to teach people how to move abroad, if you want to help people get careers in law, or whatever it is your specialty is, whatever activism looks like for you, whatever support looks like for you, whatever your mission and your purpose is in life, whatever you're feeling called to do, I promise you that it's for a reason. That none of our desires, none of our passions, nothing that feels like purpose comes from nowhere. And it all matters. It all counts at the end of the day. So please use this video as inspiration and encouragement to do your part, whatever you see that is. And thank you so much for supporting my channel. Thank you for supporting my family. Thank you for giving me the ability to live the life of my dreams, to be a happy and optimistic person, to feel like my words matter, to feel like my presence matters, to feel like I'm having a positive impact on the world. Because that's my one true intention, is to leave this place better than I found it. So thank you again, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.